Alright, hey guys, and welcome back to another video, and today we have something kind of interesting that I wanted to discuss with all of you guys, and it's something that happened out on Twitter just recently. Obviously, the community manager Ben Walk had tweeted out in regards to everyone's favorite skins and what they were, and in that thread there were a couple of comments that tagged Catherine Tabor, who is of course the voice actress for Padme Amidala in the Clone Wars animated series. Now, Catherine actually responded to some of these comments, and one of the ones that she put out was actually quite interesting, and we're going to go over it in just a second. But I do want to start by saying this tweet is probably not something to look too far into. It's just really interesting that she's actually mentioned it, and she's actually mentioned EA Star Wars as well. But it doesn't in any way mean that Padme is confirmed, even though we have had teasers of her before with the General Grievous voice line mentioning Padme Amidala. So I wouldn't be looking into it too much, but it's definitely interesting nonetheless. I know Padme is one of the higher requested heroes sort of from the Clone Wars era, and after getting 4 lightsaber heroes recently, she is probably the first blaster hero that comes to mind when you think of the light side. So what she did say, I will get into it now, and she has pretty much responded to a comment saying that Padme should be in Battlefront 2 because she would have endless skins. She has basically a wardrobe change every 15 minutes in the movies and in the Clone Wars series, so there would be endless skins. And this is kind of how the topic got brought up. Anyway, she was tagged in the post and she responded saying, "I am so there. Just waiting for the holo call from EA Star Wars. Think of the weapons, hashtag ELG3A. Think of the vehicles, hashtag J327. And yes, think of the wardrobe." Now, all really important things that would come with Battlefront 2 if she was to be added to the game. And yes, her ELG3A would be the weapon of choice. If she was to get a vehicle like in Starfighter modes, the J327 would of course be included. And yes, the potential endless skin possibilities that we could have for Padme would also be included. So it's really cool to see that she's actually responding out to these comments on Twitter, and she's actually getting involved, and she obviously knows a little bit about the game. She's not completely oblivious to it. There could always be potential for her to be added in the future, but it's definitely not anything confirmed, and I don't want you guys to look into it. I merely wanted to bring it up as a discussion point because I do think it is quite interesting, and I'm really hoping that it does potentially lead to something in the future. Now, following up from Catherine Tabor's tweet, the franchise director for Battlefront 2, Dennis Bramwell, did actually retweet her comment and added his own, saying, "You call this a diplomatic solution," which is of course one of Padme's lines from Attack of the Clones, which is also very interesting. So they always tend to do these little teasers. They bounce back and forth with the voice actors or someone potentially important. This has also happened with James Arnold Taylor before, Matt Lanter, and a couple of other of the voice actors. So I wouldn't rule out Padme from Battlefront 2, but I'm definitely not going to look too far into it as to say that she could be coming. There is definitely no guarantees, and I know a lot of people would rather see Ahsoka and Ventress before they saw Padme added to the game, but I definitely think she would be cool nonetheless. So without making this video go on too long and kind of just rambling over something very simple, I'm excited to see where this ends up, and if it does develop into something, I think that would be really cool. I know a lot of people do want Padme in the game, so make sure you guys let me know what you think of this down in the comments section below. Do you want Padme in the game? Would you prefer another hero to be added instead? If you do, let me know which hero you would rather over Padme, because I'm definitely interested to see what the community thinks of all of this. Also, like I said at the start, nothing is confirmed. She isn't coming to the game, so just take this with a grain of salt. It could just be a little bit of banter on Twitter and could end up being nothing, but it could also turn into something, so don't 100% rule it out, but don't look too far into it either. That way you can avoid disappointment if it doesn't end up happening. Anyways, I appreciate all of you tuning in. Leave a big thumbs up if you want to see Padme added to Battlefront 2. I will see you all in the next video, and may the Force be with you always.